Hi, in this video I will show you how simple it is to set up a remote connection to your IoT device using cellular connectivity, so you can troubleshoot your devices while they're in the field. To demonstrate this, I'm going to use a Raspberry Pi with the cellular shield and the EMnify SIM card. So let's look first at the setup that we want to achieve. All devices with an EMnify SIM card get a private static IP address. I will install a VPN client on my machine and connect it to the VPN service on the EMnify platform. In this way, I can directly log into all devices over a single VPN connection. I do not need a VPN gateway, VPN server, or dynamic DNS service on the device. Okay, now that the setup is clear, let me walk you through the 5-step setup process. The first step is to set up the VPN breakout region. For that, I logged into the EMnify portal. You have to go to the device policies, which are configured for a group of devices. Then I'm using the EU West profile and I will change it to the VPN breakout region. And I will also adjust the name of the service profile to reflect this. Now I just make sure that the devices that I want to remotely access have also this service profile configured. For that, I'm going to go to the device that I want to remotely access. Here, the RPI with the 6-FAC shield. And here you can see that this is actually already using the service profile with the VPN. And with that, we come to step number 2, to download the OpenVPN client. Just be aware that the OpenVPN Connect client is not working for Windows, but you need to use the Community Edition. But let me walk you through the process. On the EMnify portal, the setup of OpenVPN can be done under Integrations. Within the section Secure Connection, you find the OpenVPN setup instructions. Click on the operating system that you want to use. Here I'm using a Windows machine. And I will install the VPN client Community Edition. You will need admin privileges for installing the software. Once the installation is ready, OpenVPN throws an error because it needs the configuration files to be able to connect to the server. And this is our step number 3, to create the credentials.txt and to download the OpenVPN file. First, we need to create the credentials.txt. I will use Notepad for that and I have to start it with admin privileges. First, I copy the organization ID into the file. Here 11060. Then I create an application token in the EMnify portal. You can add a description of the token and an expiry data, as well as an IP address restriction from which IPs the application token can be used. Then I copy the application token into the new credentials.txt and then save the file under C Program Files OpenVPN config and give it its proper name, credentials.txt. Now I still need the OpenVPN configuration file. I can download the file from the EMnify portal, and here I'm using the OpenVPN file matching my group policy as defined in step number 1. So here I use EU West 1. I just need to make a small adjustment in the OpenVPN file, again a Notepad, and need to adjust the directory where the credentials.txt is located. I need to insert the double quotes around the directory and insert a / escape character so OpenVPN can correctly detect it. I use here copy and paste and I store the file also under C Program Files OpenVPN config, also using admin privileges. And if everything has been correctly set up, my OpenVPN client will now try to connect to the VPN service on the EMnify platform. And now finally it has succeeded. So now we come to step number 4, to remotely access the device. First I need to look up the IP address of the device that I want to access. Again, this is the Raspberry Pi with the 6-FEP shield. I will look on the details of the device, and here you can see it has the IP address 10.196.67.12. Now I'm opening up the Windows command shell, and let me first look at my IP configuration. You can see that OpenVPN created a new tab interface with a 10.64.172.208 IP address. This is a tunnel interface through which the data will be routed. Before I create the remote session, let me first try to ping the device using the IP address from the portal. And it works. Okay, so let's use SSH to log into the device with username Pi. This can take a while, especially when you're connected through GSM. Oh, I misspelled the password, but here we go. I'm now logged into the device over the cellular connectivity. So now you can run commands directly from the device. In the last and final step, number 5, I also want to show how easy it is to send data through the same private and encrypted tunnel back to the machine that has established the VPN session. Let's recall the IP address of the tunnel interface on my Windows machine, 10.64.172.209. This is the IP address that now the device can use to send data through the private network. Here I'm just demonstrating this with ping. And that's it for the video. I hope it was useful and you can directly apply it with your EMnify SIM cards and the platform.